So we're going to find the distance between 2 points, and they have to give you 2 points. So we'll have an ordered pair for the first point and an ordered pair for the second point. Okay, and you can label these however you want. One of them is going to be point number 1, one of them is going to be point number 2. It makes sense that we'll call the first one 1 and the second one 2, but you could do it the other way if you wanted. And the first part is the x value of 1, so we call that x sub 1. And then back here is the y value of 0.1, so we're going to call that y sub 1. And similarly at point 2 we have the x sub 2 and then the y sub 2. Okay, alphabetical, x comes before y. Now, to find the distance using these 4 numbers that they're going to give you, we are going to use the distance formula. All right, and hopefully your math teacher will let you use this on the test or provide it for you, but maybe not. And this really comes from the Pythagorean theorem. If I have 2 points, right, I take the square of this distance and the square of this distance, and it gives me the square of this distance. So then if I take the square root of this, then I'll get the length. Okay, so that's pretty neat to know. Let's plug in some numbers and let's see how one of them works. So I'm going to plug in the numbers 3 and 1, and then 8 and 6. Okay, so they give me a point 3, 1, and then they give me a point 8, 6. Find the distance between those two. So if we write down our distance formula, the distance equals the square root, make it real long, and this is going to be our x2 minus x1 squared plus our y2 minus y1 squared. Okay, make sure that radical goes all the way. So let's go ahead and let's plug this in. x2 minus x1, and then y2 minus y1. All right, we have everything labeled, so let's just plug in the numbers. So x2 is going to be 8. x1 is going to be 3. y2 is going to be 6. And y1 is going to be 1. Okay, and now we just compute. So the distance equals the square root of, all right, here I have 8 minus 3, so that's 5 squared, plus 6 minus 1 is 5 squared. All right, 5 squared is 25. So now my distance equals the square root of 25 plus 25. The distance equals the square root of 50. And then we need to reduce this radical. Right, so this is some previous knowledge that you should know. Think of this as the square root of 2 times the square root of 25. Square root of 2 times the square root of 25. And I know the square root of 25 is 5. So this is going to be 5 on the outside, square root of 2. All right, that's the distance. Okay, now that's actually a number. You could put it in your calculator to see what it is. All right, and you're probably going to get something maybe a little more than 7. And that's it. All distances. Distance formula, you plug in here, plug in here, plug in here, plug in here, and then you calculate.